The measure of mastery. Beloved one, every lifetime you have left a mark upon our Holy Mother Earth, sometimes a physical mark, but I mean more the spiritual mark. You have made impact, and you have left a measure of your energy. It is there when you go back and you visit what would be a foreign land or a new place, and you find something that feels familiar. It is because you have left your energy in those places. Everywhere you walk, you leave an imprint. You even have in your world now focusing upon is what is called the carbon footprint, and how big your footprint is in the global focus of energy. Everywhere you have gone in this lifetime and other lifetimes, you have made impact of one sort or another. You have chosen some great challenges and some smaller challenges in order to live your divine being. It was the same for me. Would I travel to far lands to study with great masters at that time? Would I teach some multitudes or just a few? Would I experience the crucifixion or rise up in the resurrection to continue that lifetime? These were some of the choices I looked at in that lifetime. Take yourself back in this moment. Allow yourself that deep breath, and allow yourself to go back to the being that you have been in the Atlantean time, when you were the creator bringing forth new creative inventions, when you were working with crystals, and when you were finding what crystals could do as you are knowing oneness with the energy of the crystal. Allow yourself to feel how you felt, and to see the goal that you had in that lifetime as to how you wanted to use the energy of the crystals. Some of you in a particular lifetime saw the energy of the crystal conveyed to the personal power. Others of you saw the healing energy of the crystal and how it could be used for healing. In the last couple of moments you have traveled, as your historians measure time, back many, many eons of time to a realization, a reality that is true. It is legendary according to some of your history books, if it is mentioned at all, but it is true. It is a true reality that you have lived. You have been there. You have also walked the path of peace with nature in Lemuria. Feel you that peace and know that peace of nature can be found yet. There are some of your trees which have been growing for centuries of time. Allow yourself to sit with them in the mind, and sometimes with the physical body, and to ask of them what they have seen and what they would advise for the future. Everything is open to you, everything. There is nothing that is held away from you. There is nothing that would be denied. It cannot be denied the holy creative child that you are. That is why I encourage you to go for it, to live your dream, to ask of yourself, what is your dream? What do you want to see happening in your own life? What do you want to see happening with a grouping of friends? What do you want to see upon the face of our Holy Mother, the Earth? You are a great master. You have chosen to be in this reality at this time, just as you have chosen many other times when there would be a turning of an age, a time of awakening. You have said, I want to be there for the quickening of the energy. I want to be there to add my energy to it. You are a courageous master. You have come from the place of the heart. That is what the root of the word courageous comes from, ko'ur, the heart. You come from the heart to serve the light, to serve the awakening one more time. The measure of a master. The measure of mastery itself is very simple. The measure of mastery is in time that it takes you to be in the place of turmoil, to understand the place of confusion, and then to come to peace. Sometimes it may take you a decade or longer. They call it a certain stage of life. You may have to live through a certain stage of life. Other times it may take you a couple of weeks. Other times it may take you only a deep breath, and then you come to the place of peace, it says. Whatever happens is good because it serves the atonement. Whatever happens, I add my energy of knowing the blessedness of it, and therefore it is good. So if you want to know the measure of how you as a master are coming along with this journey, if you want the progress report, you can do this for yourself easily. When you get into the place where you do not know what to do, or you feel that everything seems to be at 6s and 7s and nothing is working together, allow yourself the deep breath and come to the place of peace. If it does not happen right away, that is okay. Take another deep breath and ask for peace. If it takes you an hour, a day, a fortnight, even a year to be at peace with something, that is okay. That is the measure of mastery. If you would cast your mind back to a decade ago when you were in a certain situation, and there was perhaps an issue that was very close to your heart and it hurt, now you look at it and you see it differently. You can see the blessing that has been in it and the goodness in it, even though at the time a decade ago it might have been very painful. The measure of mastery can happen with the deep breath in an instant, or it may take longer, and that is okay. There is no judgment, because truly there is no time. In this reality there seems to be time, but in truth it does not matter if it takes you lifetimes before you have lived a certain situation over and over and over, and then finally come to a place where you have said, It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't affect me at all, what they choose to do. But sometimes in a lifetime it seems very important what they have chosen to do, and you can feel very hurt by what they have chosen to do. But then you come to a place where you say, that touches me not. It is their choice. It is what they see to be important that they need to do, and you can let it go. The measure of a master can be measured by how long or short a time it takes you to come to that place of peace. It can be done, as I said, with a deep breath. It can be done with a candle. If you are wanting to work with something tangible, light a candle and look into the flame. The energy of the candle, and know yourself to be the light, for truly you are the one creating the light of the candle. In truth, that candle does not exist except as you have brought it forth in your consciousness. Now, the world does not say that to you. The world says that if you touch the flame, you are going to feel it. But that is the teaching of the world, and you can go beyond that. You have seen one snuff out the candle flame with their fingers, and you wonder, how can they do that? That's fire. How can they snuff out the flame with their fingers? You have thought, if I did that, it would be too hot. But if you are in a certain state of mind and you reach out and you squeeze the flame, you can extinguish it with no harm to the fingers. It is a state of mind, the consciousness that makes a difference. However, I would suggest that as you develop trust in knowing the shift of consciousness, for the first few times you snuff the candle flame, you wet your fingers first. It is the state of mind. It is the consciousness that determines what you see your life to be and how you see it to be. Some of you have wondered, why am I here? I enjoy my life. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy my friends. I enjoy the books that I read, but why am I here? Surely there has to be a reason more than that. It is to be the light that lifts up the world. It is to be the master in realization and to know that every issue that comes to you, you have invited. Now sometimes separated ego does not want to hear that. I invited this mess? I invited this relationship? I invited all this abuse? I've invited the illness? I've invited the economic downturn? Yes, you have. In order to know your divine power, in order to know the divine power of choice to live in a different space. That is what I have called the measure of mastery, to be able to choose to live in the space of divine love, a space that knows that no matter what the world is doing, no matter what the body seems to be doing, no matter what anyone else is doing, I am living the I am intelligence. I am love. I am okay. Start with that one. You can understand that one, the human self, I am okay, and you are. You are truly more than okay. But sometimes separated ego does not want to go any farther than that, so you start with, I'm okay, I think, and you are. Allow yourself in every day to celebrate yourself, and by that I mean to look back over the challenges and the experience of this lifetime and to see where you have come. See where you were a decade ago. Separated ego may say, well, a decade ago I was younger, I was prettier, I was more handsome, I had more golden coins, I had more of the worldly accolades. Maybe yes, maybe no. But as you will assess the measure of mastery, you will realize that now you can come to a place of peace much more quickly than you did previously. You can come to the place where you are okay with whatever anyone else chooses. You are okay with whatever the body brings to you. You are okay with every issue because you know that you are more than any issue. Some of the issues feel like big stumbling blocks. You lose a loved one, they do not send you a postcard, and it feels big. But the master of you, and you are a master, comes to know that experience was not a downer, it was not a minus sign, but a plus. And you look at all the treasure that came from whatever issue you've dealt with or are dealing with. You look at all of the expansion of experience that it brings to you instead of looking at all that you've lost, because truly, you never lose anything anyway. You look at all of the positive things that have come out of that experience, all the treasures that have stored away in the treasure chest, and only you know those treasures. You can open the treasure chest and you can take out each jewel and look at it and say, this is the jewel that came from when my parents left. This is the jewel that came when my mate left. At the time I thought it was a piece of coal, an old stone, an old rock. I would have thrown it away. But something told me to put it in the treasure chest. Now I see that there are sparkles on it. It looks different to me. That is the measure of the master, to be able to see the good very quickly in everything that you experience. As you travel the journey of life, there are many opportunities to judge self. That is the first one. You have been taught, even subconsciously by the parents and the peers, that you are not quite good enough. Maybe you did not make the cheerleading squad. Maybe you did not make the first string of the football team. Maybe you were not the best orator. Maybe you did not get the highest grades, etc. The peers would tell you whether you were good enough or not good enough, and the parents, even the most well-meaning parents, would encourage you to do better. And you thought, well, if they are saying that I should do better, that means that I'm not there yet. I'm not perfect yet, so I must be imperfect. Your Heavenly Father or Mother sees you as perfect because you have to be. You are the extension of that creative principle. It is neutral. There is no good or bad, less or more. It is, and there is no judgment in it. Allow yourself to know that you are the Master come once again into this experience to let your light shine, to be joyful in the face of sorrow, to be comforting to another one, and to lift him up with hope. Know that always I am here for you. If there is no one else who will listen to you, I will listen to you. Always I hear you when you call. Call upon me.